Hello?
Hey, Paula, this is Zach O'Neill with the Milton Police Department.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. What's going on?
Yeah, okay, so I have some very crazy neighbors. It's not just me. They harass the neighborhood constantly. And I have some trees that I'm going to be taking down. I clipped the branches and on my side, and they flipped out. Like, the husband was yelling at me. They're Indian, so they have that heavy accent. It was so bad I had to tell them to stop yelling because I couldn't understand them. So I have a current survey within 5 years. It was actually done 2 years ago. And I contacted the city of Milton, the arborist, Sharon.
Yep.
And she looked at it, and she said I was well within my rights to take them out. I didn't need a permit, and they were well within my lot. And she said that was not illegal, but she said that's a binding document if it has the stamp on it, and it was done by an actual surveyor. So she told me, and I told her that the neighbor had pulled out the stakes even and threw them in the street. And she said that the surveyors they're protected by laws and that they cannot do that. So then I called the survey company to verify everything she said, and he said yes. So he suggested, and she did too, when it's time to take the trees out, to let the police know. And if they call the police, let them call the police, because then I could report them for taking out the stakes that were placed there by a surveyor, and to show you the actual survey, because that's a binding document. So I'm going to be doing this Monday, and I just want to know if that's true, what I've been told, because obviously they're not officers of the law.
Yeah, so it is illegal to remove survey. It's technically called survey monuments, but basically survey markers. To remove them or otherwise destruct them, vandalize them, any kind of interference with the official survey marker.
Oh, okay. That's what she said. You know the city arborist?
I know of her. I don't really have too much interaction with her. But if you're curious about that law,
I actually have the email. I have the email printed out, ready to go for you guys.
I got you. Yeah, if you are curious, it's Georgia Code 44-1-15.
Hey, can I write that down?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I'm just so upset about this. You would laugh. Like, I literally clipped the bottom of the branches. Then they have a mesh net on their side so the trees don't grow. It's hilarious. So when he was yelling at me, I said, you know what, I'm tired of this. I said, I'm just going to rip the trees out. And I walked away. They totally disengaged. Okay, so what's the code?
It's going to be OCGA.
Okay, OCGA.
44.
44.
-1-15.
Then what is that?
So it's the original Code of Georgia, annotated. Chapter 44, Section 1, Subsection 15. But it's the removal or destruction of survey monuments prohibited, as well as a penalty. So it's technically a misdemeanor.
Any officer will know?
Police officer. So it's a criminal offense. So it had to be enforced by a law enforcement agency. It's not something the arborist.
Oh my gosh.
Could have.
That's sad. You guys have so many. The surveyor guy told me, he goes, because I'm so sad. And I'm like, who does this? And he's like, you have no idea how many neighbors this happens with. Okay, so is the survey, if they call the police, so could you just kind of tell me what to do?
Just so I'm clear, you're talking about the tree incident right now, or are we talking about the surveying monuments?
No, I'm talking about when the trees are coming out Monday.
Okay.
I hired the tree companies, the HOA. I got approval from the HOA.
Okay.
The city, it's on the survey. It shows the trees are under 15 inches in diameter. The trees are coming out.
Yeah, so like I said, as long as you have all your permits from the city arborist or the survey.
No, she said I didn't. She said I don't need permits if they're they're under 15.
Yeah, that's.
And on the survey.
That's correct.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Okay.
I mean, you obviously you've talked to this. What I meant to say was, as long as you've contacted the arborist, as long as they're under 15 diameter or over and you have permits, So it sounds like you got all your boxes checked. As long as you have all your boxes checked, you're good. Like I said, they're on your property. If the neighbor is, harassing you or the tree removal company, you can call us. We can come out there. And if they are interfering with your property, as well as those survey markers, you can also call us. If they do remove the survey markers,
I saw him do it.
I would get documentation from the survey company or whoever did the survey to figure out where exactly those markers were placed, if they have documentation or any kind of photos or something like that. Do you have any video or like surveillance cameras by chance on your property?
I don't, but when he was yelling at me, he was actually recording it.
Okay.
So that's perfect. You guys can ask him. Didn't you record it?
It could be hit or miss. And it's definitely an option. If it is safe to do so, I would definitely try and get video. If he is interacting with you again in a less than civil manner, if it's safe to do so, I would take out your camera and just record the interaction, just because video evidence is the best evidence for us.
Okay.
And if you are concerned, I would also see if you can't maybe get like some kind of Ring camera or some kind of floodlight cam. It doesn't have to be Ring specifically. There's all kinds of brands, but just some kind of video camera.
So if the police come out, the police can't stop, because it's costing me $4,000 to rip these out with the stump grinder. So when they come, if they call the police, the neighbors, the police officer, they're not going to stop the tree person, are they? If I show the survey.
No, from what you're telling me, if it's all completely and obviously on your property, then we're going to tell him that it's your property, you can do what you want. It doesn't matter if he likes the trees or wants the trees to stay. And even then, it'd really be a civil matter, so we wouldn't get involved for the most part anyways. But no,
But if you say it's a civil matter, you guys aren't going to make us stop doing the trees, right?
No. And if they do try, if someone, they shouldn't, but if they do, just request to speak to the supervisor. And the supervisor can get that clearly figured out. But the officers here, they shouldn't have any issue with that.
Have you ever had an incident like this?
We have. Sometimes neighbors complain about the same scenario where they're cutting down some trees that give them some nice shade in their backyard or something like that.
Then what he did was he literally parked his cars up against the trees, so it's harder now for the trees to come out. So when I do it on Monday, can I request an officer come out and just give him a chance to move his cars, and if he doesn't, that's on him?
Yeah, I don't see why not. Like I said, that's a part of pretty much our civil standby. You're trying to do your due diligence to make sure a tree doesn't fall on his car.
So what happens if they do after we ask him to move his cars? Am I liable for that?
I don't have a great answer for that. I don't want to say yes or no.
Okay.
But I think as long as you have documentation that you tried to get in touch with him to move the car, he's parking it there deliberately, not some random person that parked their car under a tree and you cut it anyways, and they came back and their sunroof was scratched or something like that because a branch fell on it.
Okay.
So I will say, I think
Are you working Monday?
Today's Friday. No, ma'am.
When are you working?
I will be working.
Are you working Tuesday?
I'll be back here. So I'm here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Wednesday and Thursday. This next 2 weeks.
But you're here Sunday? Oh my gosh, is there a way I can get in touch with you to request that you come out, since I talked to you about it already?
Possibly. Typically we have assigned zones, so I'll be on the east. Actually, yeah. Sorry, I'll be here. I'll be in the northeast part of the city all week. So yes, I'll be here Sunday. I'm sorry, I'm getting all for my days all mixed up here. Yes, I'll be up here Sunday in the same area, same zone. So if you call it, should be me.
Okay, what was your name again? I'm sorry.
It's gonna be Officer O'Neill. My badge number is gonna be 1172.
You don't mind if I request you?
No, that's fine. Like I said, since we already talked about it, that's totally okay. It'd be my zone anyways, so I'd be the one that would have to come for any 911 calls in this northwest part or northeast part of the city. So conveniently.
Okay. Do you have a way I can get a hold of you, or no? For sure they will, because when I called dispatch, she wasn't even like well, what do you need to talk to an officer for? And I told her, and she's like, well, just call them out when you do the trees. And I'm a very type A personality, you can see by what I did with the city and everything. I want to make sure before, I don't want any of that drama. I'm a single mom, I don't have a husband, and I don't need another man yelling at me, threatening me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, if he is screaming at you, being disorderly, you can always call us as well. There is freedom of speech, but it's not a blanket protect. There is certain restrictions. So if it crosses that point where he's, threatening you, harassing you, something like that, that's when we can kind of get involved, depending on what is being said, and the context. I have an email if you want.
Please.
You ready for it?
Yeah.
It's gonna be Zachary, ZACHARY .O'Neill. That's ONEILL at miltonga.gov.
Okay, awesome. Does that come right to your phone?
It's my email, yeah, so I'll get it on my phone and my computer.
Okay, so you'll see it that day.
I will, yeah. I will say though, if you do need an officer to come out though, I would recommend just calling do you have the non-emergency dispatch number?
So wait, your last name's Oneill?
Yeah, yes ma'am, 2 L's, O'Neill, ONEILL.
This is the number I called, 297-6300.
Sorry, give me 1 sec.
Thank you so much.
Oh, so it wasn't 911, is what you didn't call 911?
No.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, whatever number you called.
Also, I think she gave me a hard time. She was like, just call us when you do it. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it because I have to give them half the money. So I'm not going to, you know what I mean?
I got you. I can't speak entirely for them, so we use software for our dispatch. But yeah, like I said,
I got you.
It sounds like you checked all your boxes. You've done your due diligence. Like I said, you're well within your rights as a property owner to remove the trees. And like I said, if he's harassing you or blocking you, then you can give us a call and we come out there and figure out what his problem is.
Can I file a report if he gets crazy? Then I want to be neighborly. I'm not.
I got you.
At that point, if he's harassing me, and he gets crazy in front of you, is it too late to go back and file charges on him removing the stakes?
As long as do you have any kind of proof that he moved them?
Yeah, and the pink thing's still there. I saw it. He was mad and he ripped it out and threw it in the street. I think my neighbor actually saw him.
No, so we can still take the report. We can list obviously what you're saying. I can document that you saw him and then maybe your neighbor saw him. But if it's just you that saw him, it might be hard to prove without kind of video surveillance.
Okay. You'll see the way he acts. You'll know when you see him.
And that's not to say we can always talk with him too. Say, hey, did you move those stakes? And if he says yeah, then that's pretty simple, open and shut.
He's not. He's a liar because when they came to yell at me, he said, we just came from the HOA, blah, 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 you can't do this. And then what did I do? I went down to the HOA office, and he said they didn't come down here for us. When I was...
Sorry, good.
When, in 2021, when I was doing my renovation on my house, they called the police so many times, and it got so bad my attorney wrote them a letter and cited civil code that it's against the law to call the police on, I can't remember what it is. I have the letter, I'll show you the letter, on fictitious, just saying that there was something. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's filing a false report to police.
Yes, and so then what happened was, this was like in 2021, then what happened was, their son's a nerd, and my daughter was trying to be nice to him, and their son said, my mom and dad don't want me to talk to you, and I told my daughter, you know what, honey, it doesn't matter what happened with us, be nice to their son. it was sad because he was always like standing alone at the bus stop. And so I extended an olive branch and I texted her and I said, let's bygones be bygones, and for the sake of the children. And all the neighbors told me not to do it. They're like, what are you doing? You're crazy. You're opening the Pandora's box. And then on Christmas, I had a huge flood in my house. So I have all these dumpsters around my house. I let them use my dumpsters for all their rubbish. And now we're back to this.
I did see the call history. There's a complaint about the dumpster from, I'm guessing, your neighbor.
Yeah, that's them. And the officer actually told me it was them. He goes, I can't tell you specifically who it is. He goes, and I pointed to them, and he said, yep, you hit it on the nose. And then I went to the HOA office, and Kelly told me that they went in there screaming.
Yeah, so you've been in contact with the HOA about your neighbors being unneighborly? Well, you said, have you been in contact with the HOA about your neighbors being unneighborly?
Yeah, and I have it in writing. I can take the trees out. She told me when this happened, she said it's not you, Mrs. Fisher. She goes, they're that neighbor. She complains. They do this with everybody. It's not just you. So it is not just me. It's not that they have something towards me. They're just those kind of people.
I got you. But yeah, like I said, you're good. And then if you need us, definitely feel free.
When was that call?
The dumpster?
Uh-huh.
I think it was back in September. One sec.
September of 2021?
September 3rd, 2021. Yep.
Oh yeah. Is that it?
Yeah, September 3rd, 2021.
Yeah, that's when my attorney wrote the letter and said, why would you call the police on a dumpster?
No idea.
The police came out and they were laughing and I was mad. I'm not going to lie to you. I went off on them. I said, why are you even coming out? And he said, we have to. It's a call. When we get a call, we have to. We're sorry.
Which is, yeah, it's just unfortunate. No matter what, if we get a call, we have to investigate it. No matter how ridiculous or minuscule it sounds. I'm glad you saw that.
You can believe what I'm saying. It's been going on, and then like I extended the olive branch. So I'm gonna call you. Will you come out on Sunday?
Yeah, like I said, just because it's a civil issue, as long as you have no calls pending, but somebody will be out there for sure. You can call us.
Okay,
if there's no calls pending, we can come out right away. If there's something crazy going on, for example, it might just take a little bit, but we'll definitely come out when you call us. Like I said, we're usually.
You're very knowledgeable about the codes and all that, so that's why I'm just like, I just want you to come out now, because I don't want to get another officer who's like, no, you got to stop cutting the trees.
Yeah, no, you're totally good. Like I said, I don't think anyone would have that issue, but like I said, I'll be there, and if not, they should know what they're doing. But like I said, if you call this weekend, I'll definitely be there.
Okay, cool. Do you have any call history from recent? Do you see from them or from any?
So I'm just looking at your address is the one that pops up, and the only thing I see on here is
Charlie, come here.
Yeah, it looks like a welfare check and then some vacation patrols in 2021.
A welfare check? In 2021?
This is December 2022.
Who did a welfare check? Oh yeah, I know what that was about. Okay. But that's all you see from the neighbor on the dumpster.
Yeah, like this is just specifically your address, so if he calls and gives his address, it'll be under a different call history.
Okay, got it.
So this is just specifically 305 Eagle Pass is what the call history tied to this specific address.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, and I'll see you Sunday.
Yes, sir. Do you have
Be safe.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, bye.